Whitney Houston's family has been told by the L.A. County coroner officials that the singer did not die from drowning in the tub, but rather from what appears to be a combination of Xanax and other prescription drugs mixed with alcohol. According to them, the coroner officials told the family that while there was water in Whitney's lungs, it was not enough to lead to a drowning.
So what really?
So it may have been incidental after the fact, so to speak.
Well, bottom line is, and we've seen this before. I mean, you're using prescription drugs with alcohol, and you're coming up with your own dosage and everything else under the sun, and so many times it leads to death.
Family sources tell TMZ that actually Whitney's aunt, Mary Jones, who discovered Whitney's body in the bathtub, and that Mary had laid out Whitney's dress for the evening on the bed and then left for about a half an hour. When Whitney didn't come out of the bathroom, Mary entered, found her, and pulled her out of the tub and began administering CPR.
So,
and that the body could be released to the family and flown back to Atlanta as early as tomorrow if the coroner or the police do not put a hold on it. And they're saying at this point there appears to be no evidence of foul play.
Well, it's sad, and it really is. And I mean, you saw the spiral begin, and as we've said on the show many times, and it doesn't take any expertise to say the same thing. If something doesn't change, sooner or later it kills you. Either you change or it kills you.
Just another in the long list of stars dying. They're dying much, much too early. You live so fast, you die so young. Isn't that what the Furious Five said in the message?
They did, Bubba. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, and I know a lot of people.
It was prophetic in a lot of ways, Rick.
Well, and not exactly a new concept, but they were all over it.
Right.
And it shows once again too that all the success, all the money, all the fame. It's another example of that too. If you don't keep your eyes on things that are eternal, and you keep trying to find happiness and peace in things that are going away, that have no eternal value, it's never enough. The flesh says what? How about more? How about something else? How about this? How about that? The flesh will always fail you.
With all of her success and all the awards and the Grammys and all this other stuff, if you had gone to Whitney years ago and said you're going to be dead at 48, do you think she would have traded any of that for a little more life with her family?
Yeah, and you see the conflict that exists too. I mean, someone said the last song she sang was "Jesus Loves Me" in an event the night before, but Jesus does love Whitney. There's no question about that, and he's shown his love for all of us, and none of us are going to earn our way to heaven. But you just gotta. He's also provided a peace that transcends all understanding. I mean, he's on record for how much he loves you, but I mean, pursue him. I mean, when he's telling you, we've learned it, we all know it, of him telling you, look, in this world there's going to be tribulation. And he says, I say this so that you have peace. But when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, understand that I've overcome all this. I'm the answer. I've overcome the world. And she knew that. She'd been taught that. But once you decide to reject that and you don't apply that, you can drift away from it.
When she hit it big, what do you think the bigger names were at the time? What, Elton John, Madonna, Prince? I mean, that's kind of when she started hitting it. At the age of 16, I think Clive Davis, discovered her, and that's who she was going to be singing for the day she passed.
And he talked about yesterday, and I think you'd have to agree. He said for over a decade she was the finest singer on the planet. Said no one could touch her.
No question. Like I said, I didn't even like her style of music, but I enjoyed hearing her sing because it was so obvious a gift.
Mm-hmm.
It was there's such another level.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't my cup of tea, but when she would sing songs that would accent how talented she really was, it was something to see and hear. It really was. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking. And these things like drugs and alcohol, man, they just get a hold on you, and they're hard to shake.